So after that, something just clicked with me, and it was like, you know what? Time is running out. You have to start taking your health seriously.
Welcome back to the show, and welcome to the new subscribers. I saw a chunk of you today, so glad to have you here. I am Anna, and today we are doing something different. I interviewed my friend Christina yesterday because she has had a really amazing weight loss transformation over the last couple of years. Here you can see her before and after photos. It's pretty impressive. So unlike Amberlynn Reed, she actually put in the effort and actually did the damn thing, and her hands even have a major difference in them. And so she talked to me about how she accomplished that and just all the details of how it went. So let's go.
Hi.
Hey. So I've been talking about doing this since before I gave birth, 8 months ago. So finally.
Time. Yep.
So for the audience who doesn't know you, who the heck are you? Why don't you let us know?
I am an artist that was a longtime friend of yours.
Yes.
And moved away to Indiana. So that's where I live now. And yeah. We've been friends ever since we were 14.
I think I was 12. I think I remember you being 15. I don't know, somewhere around there. So we're going to talk about how you went through this amazing weight loss transformation over how long has it been since you kind of got to where your goal is?
Yeah, well, it has been over 2 years now. So almost.
Since you started the whole thing, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
About 2 years.
Cool. So what led you to becoming overweight, I guess? I know you had a certain reason.
I was abused a lot as a kid. I was adopted out of an alcoholic family, and my birth mom neglected me for a long time. That's why I was taken away. I wasn't raised with food in the fridge. We usually had alcohol.
Mm.
Which,
Crazy.
Yeah, kids can't, drink alcohol, obviously. So then I was adopted into this worse family where there was a lot of verbal and physical abuse. And they were very controlling, and they actually controlled what I ate, and I wasn't really allowed to eat much early on either, controlled by certain people. And when I actually got out of that situation, and I moved away to where there was food everywhere, and it was how do you say it? Like a staff dining room. So
yeah, my dad worked at this Bible college, which I think they sold it recently, but it was a college, but where people learned theology basically, and there was this dining room where everybody would go eat every day. You got it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. In that kind of environment, you are very open and there's everyone around, so there's no way that they could control me and what I ate. So once that happened, I had all this food I could eat, and of course I'd been starved before, so I gained probably 50 pounds in the first few months. I mean, I really got quite big. Do you remember that?
Like when we both lived there?
Yeah.
I don't remember thinking that you were, I don't think.
Oh,
I don't know how much I thought about it in general,
So yeah, that's kind of what caused the weight gain, and then ever since then, I just struggled with it until I found my birth dad, and he turned out to be a really good guy because I wasn't raised with him. He was out of the picture when I was born somehow. Yeah, I found him about 9 years ago, And when he found me, he was one of the first ones to tell me that he really wanted me to lose weight.
Mm.
And then I had a bunch of people start passing away on me. And my brother, I found a half sister, a half brother, and another half brother. So, but one of them, he was 39. He was a few years older than me. He passed away because of obesity.
Mm.
He had a heart
How
attack.
did you how did you find all of them?
It was actually uh, I was looking online because I really wanted to meet my dad, and all I
Mm.
had was my birth certificate. That's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I posted on this group thing. It was just a website that tried to reunite long lost adopted kids with their families. And so this private investigator just messaged me one day and he was like, you know what? I do this out of my free time and I want to try to reunite you with your birth dad.
Wow.
And so I was like, okay, sure. Thank you so much. It was a huge blessing. So within a week, he narrowed it down to 3 people.
Wow.
Yeah, from one name. I was
Wow.
like, wow, that's definitely a miracle right there to me. And so once I found him, my dad's like, I'm sorry, but it was really painful when your mom left me with you, and so I just kind of gave up on ever seeing you again. So
Mm.
he didn't tell any of my other siblings that I was alive.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so then he's like, oh, by the way, you have a little sister. And he's like, emphasis on little. She looks like me and she's my height. Seriously.
Oh yeah, you're like, aren't you like under 5 foot?
Mm-hmm. I'm
Yeah.
4 foot. I say 4'10". So
Okay.
shortly after I found my dad, my brother died because he was obese. He had a heart condition and he just played video games all day.
Mm.
And so he was 39. And then my sister passed away from cancer. And then my mom passed away. And then my dad passed away from a
Mm.
heart. So after that, something just clicked with me, and it was like, you know what? Time is running out. Once
Yeah.
death hits, you have to start taking your health seriously.
Yeah.
And I prayed, and I was like, Lord, I've never been successful with this. I've always kind of lost a few pounds and gotten it back,
Mm.
but never fully successful. So I prayed for self-control and discipline,
Mm.
and really answered my prayer.
Wow.
And yeah, so I've lost almost 85 pounds because I got down to my goal, and then of course you want to maintain within a few pounds. So
Yeah. Yeah.
85 pounds.
That's not something that you hear every day that you prayed for self-control and discipline. Like
Mhm.
usually you hear, all the techniques that, of course you had kind of techniques that you use, but it's just cool to
Yeah,
hear that specifically.
yeah.
That's what really helped you.
I was just, I was really praying about it, and I was like, I clicked to me that it's a gift of the spirit.
Yeah.
That's one of the things. It's a gift of the spirit. It's self-control.
Yeah.
And so, well, why don't I ask God for self-control? And
Yeah.
then he said, and so I did. And shortly before my dad passed away, he was my huge encouragement. He would encourage me to keep losing weight, because I had started a little bit before, and then I gained it all back when he passed.
Yeah.
So that kind of clicked a light on that, I have to really get serious about it.
Yeah. So what did you do consistently that made it happen?
I started counting my calories, and you don't actually realize how much calories you're eating, like
Yeah.
until you write it down. And you're like, oh my goodness, like like a soda is like 160 calories. That's a lot of calories to just drink,
Yeah.
And I used to drink like 64 ounces of soda a day.
Yeah. That's not
And I
good for like your anything in your body.
no,
Yeah.
and I was over 200 pounds,
Mm.
and so I would just start, logging everything I ate, everything, because you have to be really honest. You can't,
Yeah.
you know, mess up and lie because it's just you're not going to be successful.
Yeah.
And so I just started logging everything, and I was shocked at how many calories I actually ate.
Uh,
Then I started exercising. I was in a lot of pain. That was one of the things that led to me losing weight. I could barely walk 10 minutes at a time without pain.
mm,
Just I mean, I'm under 4'10". So
yeah.
200 under
Yeah.
4'10",
Yeah.
that's a lot of weight on your joints that you
Mm,
don't even realize. So I just started doing like 2 10-minute walks a day. And then
well,
I started like 3 10-minute walks. And then I started doing 15-minute walks and just slowly built up from there. And recently I had my first really good 5K record. It was 32 minutes.
nice. I don't know what the average is, but that sounds fast.
Yeah, I have asthma too, so I can't
Oh,
fully
yeah.
run. But for
Yeah.
me, that was really good.
Yeah, that's great. So I'm guessing you cut down on a lot of soda. Or maybe did you
Mhm.
cut it out altogether?
Yep, I do occasionally have one,
Mm,
but typically I don't really drink soda anymore.
yeah.
I cut out fast foods. If I have fast food, I usually go with like the chicken, little tiny chicken pieces at
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A,
Mm,
and have like a tiny small little French fry. So
mm,
it's just like everything in moderation is what I follow now. For the most part, I started just doing uh, chicken breasts, vegetables, you know, wild rice, that kind of thing. Eggs are really good.
mm. Yeah, it's good. Just doing everything in moderation seems like a good way to go because if you try to do like these drastic changes in like a really specific diet, you might not, want to do it long term. So,
Yeah, I
this-
had tried that at one point. I tried doing a vegan thing and it did not work out because
yeah,
I realized that that was just too drastic for me and
mm,
long term,
yeah, yeah. I don't think I could do that either. I wouldn't want to.
you
Yeah.
know.
So was it like really, like, did you feel hungry all the time at first?
Oh, yes.
Mm.
I was,
How did you deal with that?
you just drink a lot of water and
Yeah,
eventually your body just, you know, gets used to it. And then
yeah.
actually, the more sugar you cut out, the less hungry you get because your
Mm,
body doesn't really have all that stuff. It's like, oh, I need more sugar, I need more sugar, I need more sugar. So
interesting.
when you fill it up with protein and vegetables and stuff, that's more food that your body can actually consume and use. Your body
Yeah.
doesn't really use a lot of nutrients from sugar.
Yeah, I've been actually trying to lose some weight recently too, just like the baby weight. It's been 8 months, but still kind of there. So one thing that I started using recently that I talked about on here a couple times is I found this online store recently where like, everything's made in America and it's natural and clean. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like a shopping club like Costco, but it's online. So that's been cool. And there they have like this whole line of weight loss support stuff. And
Nice.
I found something called Access Bar that's supposed to help you burn fat when you exercise if you eat it on an empty stomach. Because I guess there's like a hormone called adenosine that usually is keeping you from burning fat because your body thinks you might need it later for like an emergency situation. So this allows it to actually burn. So, and they taste really good. So, yeah, it's
Oh,
been. I just like eat that first thing in the morning, do some exercise, and then eat something else later.
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, and I've been finding exercises to help with diastasis, I believe is what it's called after you give birth. Your ab muscles kind of separate. So I'm trying to figure out what exercises specifically to help with that. But yeah, it's kind of hard to stay consistent every day. It takes a lot of discipline, you
Yeah.
say.
Yep. Sometimes you just don't get to the gym like today because I had a big family thing and stuff, so I didn't really make it to the gym. But that's okay. You can't really get down on yourself on
Yeah,
occasion. You know, as long as you're consistent throughout the week and you stick to it, you know, you will see results.
Yeah. I at least walk around the house a lot, chasing the baby around.
Oh
Be going walks to the park. So
yeah, babies are good for exercise.
yeah. Actually, I use them as a weight,
Nice.
like arm exercises, and he likes
Yeah.
it too. So yeah, win-win.
Remember when I was babysitting, I'd have really sore arms.
Yeah. My arms have been sore.
Yeah, but yeah, like part of the whole thing when I was overweight was I heard a lot about fat acceptance and how you should accept
Oh
yourself.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, that thing, and that really does a lot of damage to people like
Yes.
me who are morbidly obese. You know, it's not a good thing to promote unhealthy lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you remembered to bring that up. Um, did you ever like start to buy into it ever?
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
first, for the
Yeah.
first, yeah, the first few times I started hearing, I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, that's a good excuse to use. You know, excuse. Let's use that.
Yeah, I mean, like, of course, you should always love yourself and not like hate yourself because of how you look, but like, it's about so much more than just how you look. It's about your health, your well-being, how long you're going to live. And so you should love yourself enough to take care of yourself. I
Yep.
think.
And
Um,
not only that, like you can see if you go back 2.5 years to my blood result tests and you compare them, they are insanely different. This
wow.
and my doctor actually sent me to a specialist, a blood specialist, because my levels were like all over the place. They thought I might have blood cancer.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, at one point, and so I started losing weight and I started taking it seriously.
Mm,
And now she's like, "You have one of the healthiest hearts I've ever seen."
that's awesome.
Yeah, and all of my levels have leveled out. So I'm
Yeah.
like, just that whole um, fat acceptance thing is just so unhealthy.
Yeah. And like they literally say, if you feel bad, just only look at people who look like you and you'll feel better.
Yeah,
Stay in a bubble,
yeah,
which is not even like healthy to have as a mindset in general, to never get outside of any type of bubble.
no, it's not. It's really
Yeah.
not. So
Yeah.
yeah, I did not really like that after I started having all the health conditions associated with being morbidly obese. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, even if I should accept myself, my body doesn't want to accept it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's it. There's something in my body saying I can't fight with this much fat.
Yeah.
I can barely survive, and that's what I was doing. I was barely surviving.
Yeah. Gosh.
People, if they have a desire to lose weight and to be healthy, pray about it. And
Yeah.
um, don't give up on yourself. If you have a bad day, that's okay. Today was a bad day. That's fine. What about tomorrow? Start fresh tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you don't have to completely cut out whole food groups.
Hmm.
I mean, eat everything in moderation.
Yeah.
But some of the things are just really toxic for you, like
Yeah.
soda. There's
Yeah.
nothing good in soda at all.
And like super processed stuff.
Yeah.
I just remembered at one point, I think I was around like 190 at my highest, and the way that I managed to lost like 30 or 40 pounds over a couple months, I believe. The way that I did it personally is I cut out dairy and gluten,
Mm-hmm.
which people say that that's difficult, but it didn't seem too difficult for me because you can eat rice, corn, oatmeal, like pretty much anything but like wheat and a couple other things. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of options. And I cut out dairy because dairy like makes me have like sinus headaches and stuff anyway. I didn't even realize it was going to help me lose weight, I don't think, but it seems like it did.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I just ate a lot less sugar, drank a lot of water, and I had to walk all the time just out of necessity to like take the bus to work and stuff. So all of that together was what helped me. I don't know if that would work the same for everybody, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It's like what works for someone might be different for someone else. For me,
Mm,
it was counting calories, and
yeah.
but for my husband, it's the same way. He's lost over 100 pounds.
Oh, nice.
He started it about 5 months ago.
Wow, he
Yeah,
lost that much in 5 months?
yeah, just
Wow,
from eating way less, and he exercises a lot.
that's awesome.
Yeah, but he actually, well, he's a lot bigger than me too. So,
Mm,
but
okay.
so yeah, for him, he doesn't count his calories. He just eats way healthier foods that don't have a lot of calories in them.
Yeah.
Uh, and he eats a little bit more frequently than I do. I usually don't eat as often as most people. I
Mm,
think whole three 3 meals a day is something that's very American to me.
yeah.
You know, it's more modern because I mean, if you think about it, they used to survive and eat when they were hungry.
Hmm.
The whole 3 meals a day is very Western
Yeah.
idea. So I really just basically eat if I'm hungry.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then just like stop when you're satisfied.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course, it's you kind of have to teach yourself that,
Hmm.
and you don't have to eat as much as like what we Americans think of as a full meal.
Yeah.
That typically way too many calories in one meal.
Yeah.
I mean, 800 calories for one meal is a lot of calories.
Yeah, I think like most other countries, their portions are smaller.
Yes,
Um,
way
I
smaller.
was in a, I was in a Japanese class and when I went to college a few years ago, and there was this girl there like from Japan, and she bought a muffin that the college sold, and it was huge. They're like that big or something.
Yeah,
She's, wow, these things are
I know.
giant. I can't even believe it.
I
So yeah.
know. I'm still surprised when I go out to eat and like a sandwich is like 1,200 calories for a
Wow,
sandwich.
that is crazy.
I'm like, wow, I did I eat that in like a whole day.
I did a app called Noom before. It seemed pretty helpful to me. They're talking about um like foods that are calorie dense versus like you could eat a whole ton of grapes for the same amount of calories as like that little bag of potato chips, something like that.
Oh yeah,
Something to think
mhm,
about.
true. One is way more filling. Your body will
Yeah.
burn through a bag of potato chips really fast
Mhm.
versus like chicken or um, grapes or a banana. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
just mind. You have to start changing your mindset.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's everything.
Yep.
I think that about covers it.
Yeah, I think so. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming. I don't do collaborations often, so it's fun.
Yeah.
And
Thank you again so much for being here today. Since you liked the video enough to make it all the way to the end, don't forget to click the thumbs up and share with somebody else who would also find it interesting. Leave your comments below and we'll all have a conversation. And if you really enjoyed it, check out the description for several different ways that you can support. Have a wonderful night, afternoon, morning, evening, whatever time zone you are in, and I will see you next time. Bye.